Hello and welcome to another video in our series on psychological principles at the Institute for Adult Development. In this video we're going to take a look at the ideas behind the servant leader and why it is a terrible idea. My name is Dr. Darren Stevens and I'd like to discuss this with you now. Please leave your comments below and remember to subscribe to our channel, please. What is a servant leader? This is a common definition that we see on servant leader on LinkedIn posts or on Facebook. Remember to pause the video to read the slides at any point. Please notice the language being used. First, it's not possible to go beyond your own self-interest. Everything you do is in your self-interest, including pretending to lead others for their sake. You're really doing it for them, for you. Next, the word that's slightly disturbing is followers. You can make your own mind up about that one though. Finally, the consequences are a little sanctimonious. Higher sense of justice? According to whom? Whose scale are we using? How are we measuring it? You get the idea. This is actually an image I took from LinkedIn that appeared on my feed. Please pause the video to read it. I would like to use it now to explain how there are issues with the principles of servant leader from a vertical development perspective when we inject intention, awareness, choice and response into the frame. As you read this image, notice how you react to it, maybe emotionally. It's designed to make you feel like it's important and useful. These are the same words, but without the emotive graphics. Let's quickly move on to the next slide so I can explain why there is an issue with the servant leader from a vertical development perspective. All the bullets in red create a problem from a developmental perspective. It is obvious to anyone who has studied adult development that the servant leader is emotionally limited and therefore not capable of leading a large organization, or even any organization. You will quickly see how these principles become the zeitgeist, not because they are useful, but because people assume today that to be emotional is somehow a higher plane of being. This video should go some way to dispel this modern urban legend once you understand how we construct our thinking from a position of choice. So to make things easier, I have removed the unoffending bullets so we can focus on the main ones. The first issue is the false idea that we have an authentic self. You will find other videos here focusing on why this isn't the case. If someone thinks they have an authentic self, it's because they are unaware of their construction of self in the moment. They are not aware of how they construct their self and that every construct is thus authentic in context. Next one is adhering to strong moral principles is so ambiguous that it is meaningless. If you stick to anything, you imply you are incapable of choosing not to do it, which is low dynamic intelligence. But more importantly, whose morals are you sticking to? Mine? Yours? The Taliban's? Having consistent behavior might simply be a symptom of not being aware of how you construct you differently in different contexts. If your behavior is automated, then you're not in control and will be low on the AQ scale. And you can see the video on the awareness quotient down below. Humility is key everywhere. However, the notion that someone is self-aware is not supported by the research. People are not self-aware. And if they think they are, and if they think they're really self-aware, it's usually an indication that they're not. This might manifest in behavior that focuses on others more than yourself. This is a surefire way to require therapy in the long run and burn out in the short term. Again, the key is being able to choose not to do it. All of these leadership fads are written as though the behavior is sacrosanct and must manifest in all interactions. This simply cannot be true. These principles apply to the empathy and unconditional love bullets that you see here, which is frankly ridiculous. We can pick on one more as a final thought. Being conscious of what is unsaid is very dangerous advice, and usually only practiced by inexperienced charlatans trying to sell you something simplistic like an NLP workshop. Anything you think someone is saying when they did not say it, quite straightforwardly, is your delusion. The remaining bullets are too simple or facsimiles of the other bullets and thus not worth attention. So let's move on to the next slide. The next two slides put into text format what we just said. So you can pause the video here to read it should you wish. So from a vertical development perspective, I notice a lot of gaps in theories that seem to focus on one approach or specifically on emotions without checking if one is capable of constructing that emotion from a position of intention, awareness, choice, and response. If you would like to delve deeper into the ideas of leadership from a vertical development approach, do get in touch and we can have a telephone or Zoom chat at your convenience. Thank you for listening and watching. Do get in touch today. And if you're interested in learning more about CDT, next level coaching, leadership, then subscribe below and give us a call. Thank you. Take care.